Welcome to Proven and Probable, where we focus on metals, mining, and more. I'm your host, Maurice Jackson. Today we will discuss a company that is expanding and discovering heap leach gold deposits in Nevada. I'm speaking of Northern Empire Resource Corp, trading on the TSXV symbol NM and on the OTC symbol PSPGF. Joining us today is Michael Allen. He is the president, CEO, and director of Northern Empire Resource Corp. Mr. Allen, welcome to the show, sir.
Thanks for having me on again, Maurice.
Mr. Allen, for someone new to the story, please share who is Northern Empire and what is the thesis you're attempting to prove?
I guess the best way to describe Northern Empire is it's a group of businessmen that happen to specialize in the mining industry. If you look at our board, we've got a very adept group that has created a lot of shareholder value. That would be things like founding International Royalties, which was sold for $700 million. The Kamenak founder is on the board, which is sold for $520 million. And also the most recent transaction on the board is Newmarket, which was sold to Kirkland Lake Gold for $1 billion. So it's businessmen that specialize in mining. The thesis for Northern Empire is that we've assembled a district scale land package in the southern part of Nevada in something called the Walker Lane. It's about 2 hours northwest of Las Vegas, and the property has 4 deposits on it, and we feel that we can expand all 4 of those deposits through exploration and drilling the extensions off. But also the real upside is discovering new deposits that are amenable to heap leach processing in the state of Nevada on our property.
Michael, let's switch screens for our listeners and talk about your latest press release entitled Northern Empire Provides Regional Update and Identifies Several New Exploration Targets. What are some of the key points from this press release that really have your attention?
Yeah, I mean, what this press release is, it's the culmination of a lot of work that has been done by the exploration team on the project. What we've been able to identify is the key controls to the mineralization, particularly on the crown part of the project, which is in the northern part. What we have identified is 7 new exploration targets. And they're just classified from more or less from west to east in the list that's on the news release. The road zone is just to the north of the Daisy deposit, and what we like about that is that and the Gold Ace fault target is that they are shallow mineralization around a known deposit. So we think that there is a potential there for adding ounces that are immediately mineable. Given the proper study and drilling off the resources, and that's what the focus has been. For both the road zone and the Gold Ace fault, it's immediately adjacent to the Daisy series of deposits, and we think that there is a potential for expanding that deposit. Carl extension is where we get into the real nitty-gritty of of what we've been doing on the project. The Crowell was a historic mine, and actually there was a geologist that went down in it recently, not by our guys, and he sampled the rib and got 0.2 ounces per ton, 7 grams. Where this mine is actually at the hinge of a very large scale antiform, a big fold structure that points off to the northeast, and this antiform, the hinge would be where it is most permissive for fluids to get through and mineralize. And the very high grade samples that were collected there historically, 7 grams, indicate that potential. It starts to create a story of us being able to link up the deposits there. Further to the east, we get into the Radio Tower and Secret Pass East. Radio Tower is the up-dip extension of the Secret Pass deposit, and there's some really interesting geochemistry there that suggests that there is a target at depth. Secret Pass East is where the fluorspar canyon detachment fault comes to surface. That's a key driver of mineralization on the property, and we've got a large area that hasn't been effectively explored in the past. And we've got surface samples up to 5 grams per ton at surface, and it's a big target. It's 1,200 meters long, so that's a lot of ground and a lot of potential for more ounces. Number 6 and number 7 are more what I would say generative targets. The Ronco jasperoids are something that we've been looking at and we discovered, and it was simply a boot leather mapping and sampling exercise where a gentleman went out, one of our geologists went out and started mapping outcrops, and it's a significant system. It's 500 meters long, up to 2 grams per ton at surface, and there's no drilling out there. Also, the rangefront fault zone is very interesting because this is where you get truly long ball potential. If you look at some of the bigger deposits in the state of Nevada, particularly the Carlin ones, they exist at these rangefront faults where you've got structures intersecting favorable host rocks. We've identified these structures through our mapping and through our geophysics, and then the favorable host rock is also there. And this is something that we've been looking at and are eager to get our team more onto the ground and get them exploring it, because that is truly game changer type geology out there.
Northern Empire's technical team has over 80 years experience in Nevada, and you've stated that the Sterling Gold Project resembles a Carlin type of mineralization. That's a pretty significant comment from you for current and prospective shareholders to consider.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not something that we say flippantly. I mean, we've got guys that are on the ground that are 30-year Nevada geos, and they know what they're looking at, and that's what gets them out of bed in the morning, is they see the potential for a truly significant Carlin type discovery. And the significant thing for shareholders that need to understand, the non-technical people, is the Carlin type deposits in the state of Nevada are the truly big ones. These are the company makers and are the backbone for the big companies like Barrick, Newmont, and Kinross operating in the state of Nevada. They have the potential to be the 5-10 million ounce multi-year, 100,000 ounce a year to 200,000 ounce a year profiles that really make companies. That's what excites us about the property, is that potential for those big new discoveries.
In closing, Mr. Allen, multi-layered question here for you. What is the next unanswered question for Northern Empire? When should we expect results, and what will determine success?
I guess the unanswered question is how big can we make this? We've got 4 deposits on the property already. Obviously, the permitted Sterling mine, Daisy, Secret Pass, SNA. Those 4 deposits, how big can we make those? There's also the wild card of this is can we make that new discovery? And given the evidence that we're starting to see coming in from the field, you get a sense of confidence that a new discovery is potential, is possible on this project. I guess the multi-layered question is, and then the next part of your question was, when can we expect to see results? We are actively drilling on the site right now. We do have 3 rigs going, and they're moving around to all the different deposits and the exploration targets. So there is news flow that's going to be coming out pretty much constantly over the next several months as we advance the project.
And what will determine success?
I think ultimately success is that new discovery. I think that is going to be the key part of success for the company.
What is the worst case scenario if we don't get a favorable outcome? What is plan B?
I love this question because this is actually speaks to the strength of the board and the team at Northern Empire. When myself and the board were designing Northern and what we wanted to do with it, it wasn't that we were going to buy, essentially take our shareholder money and buy lottery tickets. We were making up a business plan as to what we want to do with the company, and that's actually one of the reasons why we got the Sterling asset, because there is a backstop of shareholder value there. The permitted Sterling mine is a key part of the company. We don't talk a lot about it, but it does put an underlying base value into the company. If we do not have any additional exploration success, we do have a fundamental core business that we can take the company and build off going forward, and that is the permitted Sterling mine, which is a high-grade open pit heap leach project in the state of Nevada. And we think that substantially de-risks the company for the investor. So in terms of the design of the company and going forward, there's a lot of upside, but there's not a lot of downside for the investor right now.
Mr. Allen, we've covered the good. What keeps you up at night that we don't know about?
I think that for me, as the CEO of Northern Empire, the thing that keeps me up at night is the responsibility for the people on site. We've got about 25 to 30 people actively working on the project right now. We've got drillers going, we've got geologists out in the field, we've got people moving around in trucks. And for me, safety is the number one thing for us to consider in terms of what keeps me up at night. I don't ever want to have to face a situation where somebody got hurt. And that safety culture comes from me down, and that's, we talk about safety on a daily basis. We manage risks as best we can, but there are a lot of moving parts, and that is, for me, the thing that keeps me up at night is I don't want to see any of the people on our project get hurt. I mean, that's my nightmare scenario.
And I can reemphasize those ethos there. We were there at the earlier site visit this month, and first thing was safety first, and safety first.
I think that one of the things that I'd like to emphasize with the company is that it is something that we did put a lot of thought to in terms of designing and de-risking. My job is to de-risk the company. So when we bought the asset, we have that backstop of value with great exploration upside. The risks, or the technical risks, because these are past producing and modern assets, were eliminated. So I think that'd probably be the questions that haven't been answered by you or asked by you.
Michael, for someone listening that wants to get more information regarding Northern Empire, please share the contact details.
Website is www.northernemp.com. There are links in the website to contact us, and it's myself or Dylan Berg as our manager of IR.
As a reminder, Northern Empire trades on the TSXV symbol NM and on the OTC symbol PSPGF. For direct inquiries, please contact Dylan Berg. His phone number is 604-646-4522. That number again is 604-646-4522. And email is info@northernemp.com. And last but not least, please visit our website, www.provenandprobable.com, where we interview the most respected names in the natural resource space. You may reach us at contact@provenandprobable.com. And as a reminder for our listeners, Northern Empire is a sponsor of Proven and Probable, and that we are proud shareholders of Northern Empire for the virtues we conveyed in today's message. Michael Allen of Northern Empire Resource Corp., thank you for joining us today on Proven and Probable.
Thank you for joining us today on Proven and Probable. Remember to like and subscribe for more conversations with the most respected names in the natural resource space. Check out our website at www.provenandprobable.com. The information presented on Proven and Probable is provided for educational and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice, or any other advice. You should not make any financial, investment, or trading decision based on any of the information presented without first undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or competent financial advisor.